Hi there, everybody. Welcome to episode 1 from The Thoughts of an Unknown Philosopher. That'd be me. My name is Nick Streeter. I am an undergrad at Central Michigan University, currently majoring in philosophy, and I hope to pursue my PhD in philosophy someday and to become a professor is my life goal. So that's going on. I want to start this channel to just kind of bring philosophy back to life and its relevance to the modern age, even all the way back to 675 BC, which is where we're going to start today. And I want to just kind of go through the modern, or from then, 675 BC until now, and just kind of bring out some major arguments that were made and major philosophers and kind of give them credit and really show that their relevance is still here today. So I'd like to start out by talking about Thales, and he was credited as the first philosopher, and the reason being is Thales brought rational thinking and critical thinking to reality pretty much, because before Thales, I'll get to his point, but before he made his big scene, people just kind of accepted words from authority like it was the word of God. There was no questioning. There was no, should I believe this or should I not? It was just accepted as a truth. And I'm going to read a little passage from something I have here, and it'll show what Thales brought to the public and showed them as his ultimate truth of the world. And so, yeah, I'll read this, and then I'll kind of explain why he did this, I would suppose. All right, so it says here that one day a priest famous throughout the Asian Minor for his wisdom and great deeds announces that he will reveal the ultimate truth about all things to anyone who dares to listen. Naturally you go, the square is teeming with the devout and the curious. A robed figure appears, it's Thales. A silence falls upon the crowd. I have come to enlighten you, he says, about the world, about yourselves, and about all things. Gather around and listen. So at this point, everybody's expecting this great truth to come about, and they are pumped and ready to hear it, because at this point in time, if you were to put yourself in these shoes, when you hear word from Thales, he is accepted as the authority, and it's almost like like his word is the word of God, and it's an absolute truth almost to them. So he gets everybody around, he gets them all prepared, and then his statement was, everything is made of water. So that was his great truth to reveal to everybody, that he believed everything was made of water. There was no way around it. That was what he's figured out. So putting yourself in their shoes, looking up at this man who's supposed to be, almost the word of God in their time, you would think, I just don't know, Thales. That doesn't seem right. You could look around, your perception tells you otherwise. That's just not how it is. Everything cannot be made of water. I mean, we have fire. How can an opposite such as fire come from its opposite, water? And what this did, and what scholars say the reason Thales would say such an absurdity, was that he might not have really believed everything was made of water, but he really believed that people needed to think for themselves and become free thinkers. So by saying everything is made of water, he almost planted a seed that just says, we just cannot accept this thought as a general public, or as myself, I cannot accept that everything is made of water. Maybe I'm going to ponder about this thought and try to either disprove him or just to show him that it's not true. And I find this to be such a big deal. I mean, in this point in time, when everybody just went day to day believing what was said, and then he drops this, everything is made of water, and you can look into yourself and say, no, like, we don't believe you. So what he did was, he wanted people to be able to think for themselves and question authority. And I find that to be a really impressive thing at his time, and just an amazing feat, really, to present yourself such as that. And that's what it did. It made people think and become themselves free thinkers. And questioning authority was not something you did until pretty much this happened. So Thales brought this up, everything is made of water. And it was amazing. What happened afterwards was two of his students, Anaximander and Anaximenes, both brought their own theories of what everything was made out of. And granted, they might not have been much better, but the point is they were in a rational debate about such thing as what everything is made of, and that in itself is amazing. I mean, rational criticisms of each other's theories, logical thinking of how things could be, and trying to really put evidence forth of this explanation. And I think in today's age, we need to look back at this and say, he was right. I mean, I don't think we should question, or I think that we should question people's authorities. I don't think that we should just every day flip on the news, hear the president say something, hear someone say something, an authority figure, and just say, that's truth. No way around it. I think that we should really begin as citizens to take our right to learn about what is happening and learn about the situations, and not just always trust the evidence that's presented to us by the media, because it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of propaganda. It's a lot of things that just kind of circle around maybe what the truth is, and that shouldn't be how it is, but that is how it is. It's run to where they keep our citizens in the same spot, and they don't want us to become free thinkers. I mean, they want us just to take in what they say and just listen, because you're doing good according to the government. But I think we should really take into heart that becoming a free thinker and becoming a rational person and really diving into your own evidence, finding your own things out for yourself, is a big part of being, a human almost. Aristotle said that being a rational thinker is one thing that separates us from other animals, and that's us. I mean, we are rational thinkers. We can be rational beings, but in today's society, we're kind of leaning away from that. And I think that should be what everybody should be striving toward, is to become their own self-thinker and their own rational being. I know it's a lot to take from just one sentence, that everything is water, that this is what it produced, but it was a movement in that time, and it kind of took a little shake and a riffle, and that's what started, like, the seed of philosophy, was that one statement where everything is water. And then they could ponder about what everything is. They could ponder about, a deep thought such as that, and try to branch and expand on it, and try to prove their own theories and bring apart new theories. And I think that's quite an amazing and impressive feat that Thales had, and the courage to, put himself up there in front of all those people and almost make a fool of himself with such an absurd statement that people just should not believe right off the bat. They should be like, wow, he's been drinking his, loony drink or whatever. But I mean, that's what I believe Thales was trying to do, and that's what most scholars believe, that he was just trying to be able to democratize knowledge across his city, and be able to have other people say, no, I mean, I know you're a wise man, I know you're one of the wisest men in our area, but that just can't be it. So that is why he is credited with the beginning of philosophy. And yeah, I mean, he's quite the guy, I would say. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave that, is that Thales brought the point up that you should question authority and become your own free thinker, and really become a rational person in yourself, and not always just believe what's told, because sometimes it's false, sometimes it's true, but it's up to you to find out which it is. And so yeah, the next episode I'm going to hopefully talk about Zeno and his paradoxes, which they're quite interesting. I kind of like them. He tries to prove things like motion is impossible, and like things are not many but they're one, and such things like that. So it's kind of interesting stuff to try to wrap your head around, but I'll hopefully be able to explain it in kind of a simple sense, point out maybe what's wrong with his arguments, and then kind of go from there and just put his input in. All right, thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed, then awesome. Have a good day.